Shalom, friends. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I can make content in the usual tone that I normally do, because I cannot. When people are grieving their friends, their families, their pets, their colleagues, their whole communities that have been destroyed in the cruelest of ways. But I am, however, going to tell you a story from the Talmud, because it is applicable to grief. This story stars one of our fan favorites, Rabbi Yochanan. You may know Rabbi Yochanan for his tremendous wisdom, his leadership, or perhaps from the legends of his beauty. But there is something else that he's known for, which is less fun, and that is the grief he carried with him all of his life. Like, literally carried with him. Because 10 of his sons passed away, and he carried the bone of the pinky finger of the youngest of them with him wherever he went. So one day Rabbi Yochanan goes to see his student Rabbi Elazar, who was ill, but sadly not in the Beastie Boys sense. Rabbi Yochanan discovers Rabbi Elazar lying in a completely dark room. And Rabbi Yochanan, because he was so wise, knew that that wasn't good, unless Rabbi Elazar had a migraine, but that didn't seem to be the problem. So Rabbi Yochanan rolled up his sleeve, and behold, let there be light. Light radiated from his skin. I mean, we already knew he lit up any room he walked into, but this was literally. And you know, because it was him, it was good lighting. It was flattering lighting. It was golden hour. And as the room lit up, Rabbi Yochanan sees that Rabbi Elazar is crying. And he asks him why. Was it because of the suffering Rabbi Elazar had endured in his life? Was it because he didn't feel like he'd studied enough Torah? Was it because he had no means of making a living and thus had food insecurity? And then Rabbi Yochanan asked, "Are you crying over the unalive children?" And he held the finger bone of his son up and said, "That suffering afflicts the greatest of people." And Rabbi Elazar said to Rabbi Yochanan, "I'm not crying because of me. I'm crying because of you. Because you are so beautiful, but you're mortal. And one day, your beauty will decompose into the earth." And Rabbi Yochanan said, "Oh, well, in that case, I agree with you. Yeah, that is something very worth weeping over." And then they cried together over how fleeting life and beauty in the world really are. But when they had cried it out, Rabbi Yochanan said, "Give me your hand." And Rabbi Elazar gave him his hand, and Rabbi Yochanan pulled him to his feet and healed him. Now here we are, centuries upon centuries upon centuries after Rabbi Yochanan did indeed go to the great Sephora/Beit Midrash in the sky. But the brilliance of Rabbi Yochanan, his words, his idiosyncrasies, his flaws, his dramatic life, his sense of humor, his beauty of character and of face, well, we're still talking about all of that. We're still talking about him. We're still talking about his light. He is gone. And yet at the same time, he lives rent-free in my head. When we lose somebody we love, it feels like the light has gone out. If you are somebody who has lost loved ones in the past few days, when you are ready to talk about them, we are here to listen. We will help you as you carry those memories. We will help you carry their light forward.